Good night, everybody. Hello, everybody. How are you tonight? Hey, everybody, welcome. Did I shrink myself? Let me see. I never even tried to see if I could shrink myself. I'm trying to see. No. Okay. Good night, everybody. Good night. How are you guys doing? Yeah, your girl haven't come on all day today, but I was in the background of some of you today. And all of that, all the yada yada, but your girl was on the road today. I don't much on come home. And we went on the road today and it was pure rain, guys. It was pure rain. We went on the road and then came home, came back, and then told my son to grab his laptop, let we go somewhere, go get his work done. Where I mean get his work done, where we could just be out the house, not be so stressed out and everything. So we just hit the road. So we didn't come back till tonight. And guess what, guys? So while we were out there, went to go get some food for everybody, and he worked on his work. I helped guide him along with his work. Okay, the teacher had sent him back with them, so I got him along with his work, and here mine now. So good night, everybody. How are you guys doing? Hey, so yeah, we went to a function today, but guys, when we went, the venue had changed. So we were trying to find it, but it was pure rain and everything. I'm like, you know what? I'm off the freeway. I'm on the free. I'm like, you know what? I asked the kids, I just pull over. And when we get to one section, and I just pulled over and I said, "Do you guys want to go to the other section that they said it's at?" And so, "Mommy, no, just go home." And I'm like, "Okay." So we come back home and it was pouring rain. I mean, pouring rain. So we came back home, and after we came back home, I said I didn't come back upstairs. I just asked my son to come upstairs and get his laptop, get his book, get everything, and then we no much and come back home. The kids them after the bed. When he came back to the house, he had only two two slide left to upload. He uploaded it and said, "Mommy," because I was telling him to leave it for tomorrow, and he said, "No, mommy, I'll do it," and just upload it and done with it. Because tomorrow is another work for him. So yes, I was happy for that. Yes, so how wanna do? How wanna do? How to do? I'm doing good. Hey. So we never end up get to go finish up do the function because where we went the venue changed. So when I call, then they send me I think an email or a text. I don't even know. I think an email or a text, and then the venue changed. So that's all right though. Some things is not for you sometimes, but at least you try. And then a fresh air out the house. 'Kay, you know, sometimes when you have a lot going on, you need that little breath of fresh air. So sometimes you have to be forced out the house. Sometimes get outside, get some fresh air. You know what I mean? So, but it was a wonderful rainy day today. And then I end up watch this movie called Equalizer. Ooh, I enjoy that movie with Queen Latifah. Ooh, yeah, I was looking at myself and I said, "Ooh, man, that movie was so nice." I just signed a nice movie on the TV too was going on. I don't even know what the name of it was on Channel 7 I was watching too. So how you guys are doing? Good night. Hello likers. Hello sharers. Hello commenters. Hello well wishers. Bless up on yourself, man. VIPs, we like to say yeah you. Yeah you. Yeah you. Yes man, bless up on yourself. Bless up on the nice clean self, yeah. To all of the subscribers, the moderators, the top fans, everybody on know yourself and on know yourself, bless upon yourself. Thank you also very, very much. Ah, hello. Hello. Bless upon yourself, man. How wanna do? How wanna do? I'm doing good, guys. good. You know, well, I'm doing good before the storm, but I'm doing good for sure. For sure, I'm doing good. I probably need to get me a cup of tea though. Is it? Is that Chinese writing? What kind of writing is that? Is that Chinese? I used to write a little bit in Chinese, but yeah, man. But how you do? Hello, hello, top fan. I go say top fan. Hey, top fan, how you doing? I don't know. I don't know if I don't know what's the writing. Lord, we need to be more versatile. But that's all right. You can wave. We can wave. Say hello. Thank you so much. Thank you all so very much. And to everyone, members, everybody, bless upon yourself, man. Bless upon yourself. Hey, me all what's so you say what the what the what? Me don't know what you say, but you see, you seem like you say something rude. You say, you know, the top fan we have a number one spot seem like you must say something rude. You say, you say Adi, Adia. Hi, hi. How are you? Greetings. How are you guys doing? How you guys doing? It seem like you must say something rude. You say, me I read the comment like in a Creole. In a Creole, like you must say something rude. One message help for a review. Okay, Missy, we must say no. Okay. Okay, okay. Bless upon yourself, moderator. Bless upon yourself. Alright. Yeah, man. So yeah, come on. Yeah, come on and I say, wow, go on and I say hello. Yeah, it is. Alright, people. I say go still in our life. Yeah, man. You know, sometimes people come in and they start off with high before they tear you down. They start off with high before they tear you down. Yo, me I tell you. I tell you, man. I say go so. Sorry, your comment kind of getting rude. So hi and bye. Hi and bye. Me I tell you people sometimes we have to just say hi and bye, yeah, man, cause sometimes at night, you know, some people in their right mind. So I say go still anyway. We're not gonna make that ruin the little life when me I do ya. Cause for morning, me not compare for myself. But the fire this morning, I not check out the well for morning. They are check on something, but we not compare for morning. So me have to make sure so me come now. Me can't make it devil contain me right now. You know what I mean? He my way of havoc everywhere already. Me can't make him run no more stress enough in my life. Me have enough. See this week I come people, me have a whole person take me if you go drag me picking them go yes and drag them go this so that at least I'm a problem right now. I can take care of this. If you understand what I mean. You know when you can't take care of something, sometimes it doesn't make no sense. You even stress over it. Because you can't take care of it. You know what I mean? But when things in your control, sometimes you can't take care of it the way you want to. Because everything is about that in this, crossing this, da 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 da. You know what I mean? But yes, so you can't just time it out, black it out, hide it, remove it, something, something. You know what I mean? But some things you can't hide and some things you can't remove. What you have to deal with matters. But anyway, people, we're there. We are going. They have a race today. The Detroit Press today. Yeah, man. But we had a beautiful day today. Mm. And you know what? So you know what? So from Braden Pepper say hi. Hey, Braden Pepper, how you doing? Best up yourself. Bless up yourself, man. Yeah, man. Bless up yourself. Antonio, hi. How are you guys doing? Bless up on yourself, man. Thank you all so very much for rock and coming. Thank you all. I am here just let you guys know I'm doing good and I enjoy some. I gotta watch the Equalizer, man. Oh, with Queen Latifah. I was watching the movie today. I enjoyed the little movie. Hey. Yes, I was enjoying the little movie. Cause normally I just watch Channel 7. So I enjoyed that movie. And there's another one on the TV just now. That was very interesting. You know, it was very interesting. So I was watching it and stuff like that. But I'm here otherwise, people. So hope all of you are doing good. Hope all of you are staying safe, stay blessed, stay positive, do something constructive, regardless, regardless of the ups and downs, regardless of the tidal wave, regardless of anything. You know what I mean? So, yep. Yes, man. So, can't complain much, people. I tell you, I tell you, I tell you, I tell you. So, I'm glad I get my some things out the way. So, I gotta focus on some things for me tomorrow. So when I get up, I gotta drop the little one to school, and then I only had 2 days left to get some things out the way. So I gotta do some running up and down for one of the thing, and then. But you know what? The weather was so nice today. Only tonight when we were heading back home, it was cold, but the weather where I am at, the weather was so beautiful. It was warm, except for the rain was rainy. It was pure rain, pure rain. But the weather, I'm telling you, it was nice. What is this in my pocket? Oh, yeah, cause last year them time here, guys. Last year them time here was so cold. Last year it was very cold. Last year. Last year, yeah. And then it's so funny. Every time I watch my truck, it's always a blessing. Cause I think was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday or so. And then the rain fall the same day. And then today the rain fall again. So I'm like, oh, it's always a blessing. So that's good. That's what we normally say in our culture when you do something and you say, but why did I wash my truck when I could let the rain wash it? But it's just a blessing. Extra blessings. It's like they say cleanliness next to godliness. So you cleanse and then you triple cleanse. So blessings. So I'll take it. I'll take it. Hey, so what going family? What's going on? I am here, man. When they say it's getting rough over here, it's getting rough over here. Hey, I'm telling you, by God's grace, I'm holding on though. By God's grace, He said, your grace and mercy shall set me free. And I wear my nice, I like my nice little shoes I bought in there, boy. Take it up there, that's all. Relax my foot down. So we never give up. We never giving in. Can't give up people no matter what. I'm there I talk to my son this evening too. I say, son, you have to make sure you have buckle down for the on your homework, and when you get stuff and when me tell you say, yes, some of the things you might do it, but when me don't want to rush work, and when me mean rush work, cause he have a whole time for the work, but me don't want you rush to do anything. I don't make me check it. And when me mean check it, me not do it for him, but me just can guide him. But him a rush to jump in and just and have to work, and when he have 8 assignment, each slide, some of them have 3 activities. 3 slide but 1 activity. Some of them depends. Some have 25 or to 21 things in there, and then some of them is just not activity, but some of them is where you read and then do the activity, blah blah blah, etc. So me I feel let him know till I say you can't keep doing that because mommy have to do a lot of stuff, and because he really putting me backwards. I mean, when I mean putting me backwards, a lot of stuff I had to put on pause and don't even know how am I gonna do this or how am I gonna do that? Well, I know by the grace of God I will figure it out, you know what I mean? It's all about getting him to understand what he needs to do so that things can be much smoother. You know what I mean? Because as I told him already, I want him to be equipped so when he go to another school, he don't have to worry about anything. He can just focus on his work, you know what I mean? Nothing shouldn't be no matter how talk to these kids, they still will slip through the cracks sometime if you not catch them. But we have to make sure say understand exactly what is at stake. So me talk to him about the behind the scenes stuff that is going on with me. And because they're young, they don't know what really going on. They just see mommy out here. They probably say, "Mommy, but you have a car." They say, "Mommy, but you have a roof." But they don't know everything is all about bills. You know what I mean? You don't see the things that the parents have to do. So when me send him figure school or something, me not send him to go to school figure play around. You know what I mean? Me not send you go to school figure play around and my weekend me I go sit down and do work for you. No, that I go stress me out. Because when we tell you during the week, when you finish your work, come to me. Mommy, I done it already. I done it. I got it. But then when you come back, you know got it. You know what I mean? So you might as well before you send it in. Yes, me appreciate you for doing your work. I'm confident enough to say yeah. But then when you have work keep coming back, what does that say? It make it look like the parents that checking your work to guide you. You know what I mean? But I like the effort because effort wins every time. It's when you're not trying that's a problem. But when you see you're making an effort to try to do something on your own, it's better than when you're not doing nothing. So that's good. So he get it, and he come tonight. And even though I told him leave your liquor two slide left for tomorrow, he said no, I'm doing it. So I was happy, you know. And then the first part of the equalizer that we were watching this evening was where they were doing it and how they crafting of stuff. He was there listening to it, and I was saying, you see, all these things you need education. And when I mean need education, you don't have to say you have to have a degree or anything, but you need to be able to read and write so that you can craft things for yourself. I say everything you see people out here doing, you can do it too. We all can do it, but we have to be able to learn to read and write so we can do things better. You know what I mean? It might take years, months, weeks, but we have to learn, nothing will happen before time, and I believe in that. No matter how we want, oh, we gotta do this, you should have done this. Nothing happened before it's time. But at least you're preparing them to say, go get an education, 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 education. If able to read and write, they can do it, you know what I mean? Look at English, look at maths. You don't have to have a whole drawer of everything. If you say, yeah, you got this. I mean, you want to have something to say, just in case of anything, you can stand on your own. You know what I mean? And you can decipher for yourself. You don't have to feel like, yes, your burden not burden you down, but you don't have to journey in it. You know what I mean? Your burden is there. You know what I mean? But you don't have to feel like you're journeying it. Yes, everything have challenge. Oh. Everything got challenge. Everything got challenge. So the only thing don't got challenge is not here. But as long as you're on the surface, everything got challenged. Every single thing that is on this planet. Even carrying forth a child in this world, you have challenge. Anything you go carry, anything you go do, anything, everything have its ups and downs. Whoop, don't, whoop, whoops, everything, ring around, everything, the pain, the agony, the stress, everything you come with. So life is about everything. It's not just one thing that say, "Oh, I'm challenging this," and you think everybody don't got challenge. Everybody challenge of life is different, and whatever appearance want for their child is gonna be different because you have some children. You don't have to tell them to even take their book up. You don't have to even keep registering it in their head like a what you call it, a timetable. You keep writing down things for them to say, okay, this Monday I'm gonna do this Monday I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? We don't have to always do that. But some children they need that positive reinforcement. They need that encouragement to do their work. And sometimes some of the encouragement you have to be tough with it too. You can't just say, son, take up your book. Son, take up your book. Daughter, take up your book. Because they look at you like, okay, you're just another person. And then you have to let them know I'm not no ordinary woman. Because when you no, mind you, children never ask to come into this world. No matter how we go look at it. I didn't ask to come here. He didn't ask to come here. None of us didn't ask to come here. But since we're on the earth, what are we gonna do? Erase the earth. We can't do that. So might as well while we're here, we are making what we need to make. And if when we were needed to enjoy our life, we didn't enjoy because we choose to have children or whatever. Or sometimes you know choose, sometimes things happen and they come. We are gonna give them the best in our the West. They say the best in the West. We are gonna try to make sure our children are the best in the West. And when I mean best in the West, it's just a slang they use all the time. You know? So we are as parents or as not just parents and our but whosoever our guardianship with children, we always gonna make sure that we give them things that we didn't have. Because even with them, they have so many toys that I don't even go into store and look at no toys now. And I talk to them about it. So when they go in the store now, they don't ask for no toys. Because I even tell them, you get too much. All that money when you calculate it up could do something else. Probably could have in a one little piggy bank for them. One of those little piggy account they call what they call them. I think in Jamaica they have the Omni account or something like that. And over here, they have so many different accounts over here. You could have put that little money there in there for them. You know what I mean? But you're making sacrifice that they don't even understand. It's like they sit, you ever see somebody sit with you and they driving around with you, but they don't even know that it's only a matter of time for you to start walking. But they see you with a vehicle, but they don't even know. They don't know the struggle. Yeah. They see you with a house, they don't know the struggle. They see you with a roof, just anything. Sometimes people will see you with, they don't know the struggle. Sometimes you're barely scratching or scraping just to make two ends meet. So your children is young now, they don't know. They just say, okay, mommy, look, okay, mommy, having a roof over here. They don't know what you go through behind everything because it's not everything you're gonna shed to the forefront for the children because you want them to stay focused, you want them to stay positive. You know what I mean? But they don't know. So when they're slipping up, that's when they gonna know certain things because they're slipping up in school. You know what I mean? So you have to let them know, hey, you know, nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. Honesty helps every time. It helps because when a child understand, you don't know what they're thinking in their mind. Or son, you know what I tell him to as a young man, you have to pray. Me say, if you do want exam or anything, you have to pray about it. You get your schoolwork or something, you have to pray about it. Because you see what your mother going through. I say you see her go through stuff. Every time any little thing happen, he always be around me to see. When the little one don't see half of what I go through, the big one do. Because he always in the midst of any little thing. If somebody knock on the door, if he say Ray Ray or did that, give me one letter or something, he always here. You understand me? So he around me more than the little one because when he go to school for 8 hours. By the time he come home and you do little things with him or don't do nothing with him or whatever, and he sit down and entertain himself by himself because he's not afraid to entertain himself. He's a Leo. So he's not afraid to entertain himself. You know what I mean? Anything he find, pull the toy down, read a book. He like read a book, so he better get a book, read it or something. I wanna mean read a book, picture read. We're not talking just say. Because other people when they say read a book at a young age, you think it's just some kids are reading, but he will take up a book and he picture read and identify things. And you have to do some of it by yourself. Because you're a one man band, you go through a lot. When you're a one man band, you go through a lot. You have a lot to deal with, you have a lot to think about, you have a lot to plan, you have a lot to eradicate out your head that consume you for probably days, weeks. But those stress, that build up and remember, some things are unexpected. Remember now, some things are unexpected because you could have your life planned out. And you could have say, okay, this is this now, this is that. I'm good right when me there. I'm okay. And then little did you know that unexpected things are gonna slip up somewhere. You know what I mean? And that's a life go. You know what I mean? The hurdles that are gonna be there, might not see them sometimes. Because you think everything is good, because you can make a phone call and you can say da 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 blank 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 blah blah blah. Yeah, but sometimes those blank 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 blah 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 da 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 can turn around. You know what I mean? So life goes so. If you make sure it's an education for yeah, man. You know, if not else, because the way they roll around, a two boy may have, and the way they roll around, you have to make sure so they have education. So if any little thing, they if they want to go make errors on their own, at least and in a familiar, they cannot say, "Mommy didn't ensure that they learn anything." You know what I mean? They cannot say, "Mommy didn't make sure she drilled them." You know they can't say that. You know what I mean? That mean that they don't want to learn nothing because mommy I come with something to make sure so they learn something. I mean I give them option to oh I love give them option. I tell my son I like to see zeros. He look at me like cause when he don't want to do his work I told him. I say I love to see zeros. I don't know where that come from, but probably the teacher in me and the instinct in me, I don't know. But I say I like to see zeros. Because it should motivate them. So he look at me and he said, Bobby, why you like the zeros? Yes, because if you think you're working, I don't want to do your schoolwork. Then what you working for? The zeros? So I must love to see zeros. As a mother, I must love to see zeros. So I tell him I love to see zeros. So he gotta work hard because I love zeros. You know? I love to see the zeros. I don't know where that came from, guys, but one day he don't want to do work, and I told him, I said, when you get zeros, I love it. I love it. You know what I mean? So you know that he need to work harder, you know? 'Cause I love to see zeros, and I'm like, I'm the zero mama. I love to see zero. Give me all the zeros. And he look at me like, yeah, because what am I gonna do? Sometimes you're stressing your poor self, but you have to find something to motivate you, you know. You have to find something to keep that balance because sometimes this stress is overwhelming. Sometimes the things that we have to go through. So when you tell a child that, you know, really need at that age where they know to understand things, hey, you have to tell them, man, I like to see zeros. Everybody way of scolding their child. Everybody way. Every parent's way of scolding their child is gonna be unique and different. Sometimes you're gonna say some things to your children, and at the first it's gonna come to your thought, but it just fit into the occasion. And you will know when that occasion is when kids are playing around with their work. You gotta make sacrifice and things are coming up in your way like where's all these unexpected events? Why are all these events here now? You know what I mean? So hey, you will be surprised to know some things you're gonna say. I'm like, what? It fit the occasion though. Give me all the zeros, because if you don't want to do your work, no more zero you're gonna give me. So give me all the zeros. You don't have to worry, give me all the zeros because I like zeros. That will tell you that you need to work harder. Because if you like to be egg and spoon, then give me all the zeros. I love them. I don't love no zero. Then you gotta just sometimes you're talking to your children. Parents already know this. We have their grown children. Sometimes you ever look back and you say, boy, when I was teaching my children, I had to find ways. It's just like you had to find ways to motivate these children, challenge them. It's like challenging them. You like zeros. You think they like zeros? So that means if they don't do their work, they get zero. So it's basically in other words, you're telling them, hey, if you don't do your work, you won't get zero. And me love zero. You don't love no zero. But you have to find something to strengthen them. I also strengthen you. Because you have something to laugh about while they're looking at you crazy like zero. Yeah. You know what I mean? You have to find something. Because it's not easy out there. And especially, you have a lot of single parents out there that have to work. And when you gotta work, and a bunch of school worker come in and kids sit down in a class with how much hours, what was that child doing in class? Who was checking to make sure they had their work done or whatever? You know, because even this week I had to let the teacher know what he was doing behind the computer. I said, and she said, I'm so sorry, we gonna have to double check to make sure he was making sure everything was done. I told the teacher he been muting the computer, he be in the background playing Roblox and put it minimize the teacher and he manage it. And I'm saying I know it's virtual, But everything gotta play a part, everything gotta play a role. You gotta when you get, especially when you put work on the board. There's no way you should have a notebook up and you writing as a teacher, and you writing and you don't make sure everybody write when you're done. Hold up all your books. Let me see what you write. You have to, cause how you gonna know if they write? The only way to know, you gotta let them hold their books up. So then you're gonna realize, say, oh, so now you're gonna know who you have to make sure. As soon as you say write A, they have to go write A. You know what I mean? Some kids you don't have to say anything because not every, as I say, everybody family dynamics is gonna be different with your children, and especially nowadays when you're raising boy children and they're young. When they get older, they're not so bad. I heard they're not so bad with in terms of certain things. They start branch off and figure out what they want or so. But when they're young, they can be something else. So we have to make sure that they on track. You know what I mean? They have to make sure they on track because it's tough raising boy children. It's nice to have them around and say, oh, you saw this, you saw that, but you gotta make sure so they up there, people, up there, up here. So not just to say they mental up here, so but you gotta make sure say the education up there so too. Look at something must up in there. You know, have to say you have a 5 star this or you know what I mean, but something must be knocking up here. Not just cocoa. Not just one egg for be up there. Not just zero for be up there. Something must be up there. Like I tell my son, I said, let me tell you something. Anybody who would understand this, I can relate. I cannot recall my mother helped me do my schoolwork as a little girl. She called us, she come from home, she come from work and she called us to the table. I'm being honest. I cannot recall my mother take up a pencil and write no up upon that. No, she will probably have one piece of charcoal, charcoal? Yes, man, she have a little piece of charcoal and write something down or so. But when she come home for work and she tired, she in the chair and she first thing she said to me, get in a book. You have homework? And if we say yes, you go sit down right here. So that time I floor we sit down and sit down right here. So because sometimes people see her talking and they don't know where you come from. Sit down right here so beside me and she asleep. How far you reach in your work? Tired. I come for work, but she in a chair and she make sure so she call us with the homework. And she did right there, so and sometimes we ask her a question and she say, I wanna ask me say. My mother, yes. Black people are the chosen Israelite of God's head. Hello, resilient queen. Hello, blessings to you. Bless up yourself, man. How you guys doing? Bless up. So sometimes people who don't know, so I can't recall seeing my mother sit on board them and take up work for we do. No, we better do that the work. We better get that work done. And mommy not play. You better get the work they done. Mommy say, uno go school or uno fin. Mommy said me a work and I said no go school. I want to know. I want to get work at school, so that means I don't not pay attention to the teacher. You guys are not paying attention. Yeah? You go to school and then you come home can't do your homework. Teacher, mommy tell you right there and then say you weren't paying attention. Because if you had homework, the homework is also piggybacking from what was done in class. And when you come, oh, I don't know how to do this homework because you weren't paying attention. My mother tell me, call. You weren't paying attention. But fear way of teaching us was tell us to come right beside her, just come from work, get in the book, and she not help us, she just sit there as a company to make sure say work done. But other than that, she there fall asleep. How far in the reach? When you finish, alright, when you finish, you go take a shower and then dinner ready. And she there right there sleeping or something. Or one piece of switch in her hand back in the days, one switch. I'm telling you. Man, anybody who feel it knows it, man. I mean, I tell you, you better get that work good. You better get the work good because parents never have no time then. Especially people who do domestic work or they have to leave their children and go work out. And the parents they have no time for really sit down and say, hey, 1+1, 2+2. Attack and I walk on the road I go on with you, you have to learn everything. You have to learn if you run hop, skip and everything in a one. Because sometimes you have to follow them go down at the bus stop, go work or really, and them talk to you about how learning figure. So we don't learn by nobody sit down with no big old chalkboard I can say, oh let me hold your hand and you write like this or no. Only some things you see they sit down and direct to you. You know what I mean? So kids have it right now easy. They are tutoring, they have all of these things. Period. For tutoring was a tired mother come home from work, sit down in the chair, and literally tell us to sit there with a book. So it just goes to show everybody might not have that same experience as me. You know what I mean? But that doesn't change the fact that, and that's why you see they tell you in that school now, don't do your kids' homework for them. You can guide them with it. You know what I mean? But you don't need to do their homework for them. You know, you can help them write something or so, like hold a hand to help if they can't farm or so, but sit down and write out everything for them. Mm-mm. You know what I mean? So me tell my son the same thing. I say, hey, I cannot recall seeing my mother do my homework for me. She make sure she will in the living room or something, and she will say, so and so, are you guys doing your work? Or she will sit down with one switch and she asleep, or one belt back in the days, one belt. And she stretch it out. Cause I big tree bigger one and she stretch it out and she asleep. I remember, yeah, she asleep and I ask the question. What number are you in the assignment? Read it out, let me hear. And all when she not understand the assignment, she asking us to read it out. Just looking back with having my children now and looking back how my mom used to ask us with a belt or a switch, guava switch. Oh no, no, guava switch? Oh yes, the guava switch. And it's all right there. That means you can't shift, you can't move, because if you get one of them, my mother used left hand, and my younger baby come use left hand. So when the left hand they hit, you understand me? So let me tell you something, people. You can't play with them kids here. Because them kids here take every puppy show nowadays. Especially if you spoon feed them. They might take your things, say you're a joker. You're a joker in a card pack. You know the card packs that we used to play back in the days with the queen and the jack and the hasper or whatever. You might pick me and take every jack and jake. Me no none of them. Me old school bad. Me can pull good thing, me can pull out all the stop them fi help you. But if me pull out all the stops them and then me see you still a go on like I say, you're still in the cocoon stage, me and you go have a problem. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Cause then you pull out my brain out of my head. So mommy say, when you done on the work, alright. Some of the work them she don't understand. And she will look on you and she say, all right, on the handwriting, okay. If your handwriting not so wonderful, she will make you rub it out. Or something like that. So we do the same thing there with my child too. If your handwriting not wonderful, you have to change it quick. When we teach my son to write, because you see them page here, you see them page here, the lines are there for a reason. You can't see it now, sorry. The lines are there for a reason, people. So if a blue line in another book, you may say blue line to blue line. And if me need him to write capital letter, me say you use 3 lines to write capital letter because you're gonna form it bigger. And then in the blue line to blue line, so you understand, so you only use 2 blue line to blue line to get the rest of what you need to do. So you can understand. Yes, man, I was talking about the shapes of how you write. Because some are in circles, half of this, half of that, sticks or whatever. So, you know what I mean? Because those are fundamental in helping kids to learn to write, Sometimes all the same back of stopper here. The same look of back of stop here. Kids can't form letters. If it was circle, they can't write. You get all one, me have one right yourself. My son, get all one of them here, man. You say cooking. You say you're cooking, I'll be back with you shortly. Bless up yourself, and black people are the choosing Israelite. Manners of our respect, man, to everyone. We get all these when you teach young children to learn something, back or stopper, whatever stoppers. And you'll be surprised how these come in handy. It's not just accounting, but also for writing. Woo, woo, woo. Even some of these can shapes and stuff. I wish I was doing it when I was doing with my son then, not on my channel, but I wish I had created a channel then for teaching those ways. I'm telling you. And the other day he said to me, Mama, you need to teach Amir how to write like how you taught me. And I mean, he's old school. Say, girl, your son have the best penmanship, the big one. Yes, man. But now we might drop off a track. So me have to catch him back. They say, where you go? And then another thing, when the kids them start to get old and they don't like to write, that's not good for their fine motor skills. Their fine motor skills need to develop. Because when they get old and they start learn dictation, yeah, you ever see write for a long time and you have to do dictation and you have to jot down notes, take notes or whatever. Like when they start go university and have to take down notes, they have to do this, do that. Thank God for technology, everything you can type, record, blah blah blah. But at the same time, if you're old school like me, where you still have your book, I jot down one and two, look on notes every now and then, because your knuckles hurt, them are hurt, and that's why yesterday you see at a young age you see the pencil then get them if you use a school because they need it to help develop their fine motor skills. And that's why yesterday they do throw and catch. They do so many little things. Like they use the building blocks or something to strengthen the muscles in their hands so they can hold and grip and learn to do stuff. But when the kids are lazy and don't want to do these things, notice they hand how it's soft and spongy. Some of them can't even hold knife up till this blessed day. They can't hold nothing, they can't pull nothing. Because they don't have enough fine motor skill strength. You notice the kids that we have stamina both in a fine motor and gross motor skills. Then jump off at anything. Then grab anything, they pull anything, they tear up anything. But the kids then with their fine motor skills are not fully developed, and it no matter the age of them. The kids that their fine motor skills are not fully developed, they can't pull nothing. But notice the kids where you see them fully developed. What? You don't have to pull nothing for them. Nothing. They might use their teeth, they might use up all their non-standard measurement tools, their teeth. They put their shirt over the buckle. Back in the days, put the shirt over your buckle. And you can't pull the buckle here, you put the teeth on. Welcome back. I'm Lisa Hart, and thanks for joining us. I can't pull it now. Today we are talking about a storm of events that could threaten your financial security in retirement. And so you pull back in the ideas. So you see everything I go work, your hand I work, your mouth I work, everything I work. And then you might feel like a pain numb in your teeth, which is not good. You're not supposed to use it. But we are telling you how the days was, let that child hungry back in the days and nobody can come. They have all a pencil and if a plastic back in the top poke it, or they get a fork, something somewhere. Many people have fruits in their house and you see a child can't reach the fruit, but you get a fork or a spoon or something. Or one of them look a bread knife. And when you see them done sucker the fruits, and when you realize say fruit sucker, what happened to that fruit? It cannot be eaten no more. Probably when you realize the fruit sucker, when you see fly, sour fly start take it over. So in a life, you have to teach them man with their hands. That's why they say they do so many activities with children, where they make feel everything. That's why you see a lot of times when you're in school and they're doing activities, they want you to have the children engage in touch and feel or so, because it not only help them to understand and learn texture and so forth, but it's also building up their fine motor skills. You know what I mean? When you're out and that's why you take them also out for PE to help build their gross motor skills, through the different activities and stuff like that. Because some kids, they have not strengthened much. And that's why when they grow big, sometimes they can't do not much. Some kids, they grow up till now, you have to wonder, work? You ever hear some people say, work, and they work, They aren't soft like a puppet porridge, they still a baby. Because they don't have a firmness they in them. Because that wasn't a part of it, I don't know wrong, because some people, no matter what you do, they, but when you withdraw money from your IRA, your 401k, more taxes on your social security benefits. Even when you're getting older too, if you're not using your fine motor skills a lot too, you realize that you feel like your hands them can't even do nothing much either. So you have to keep working them. You have to always work in them, and you have to keep them flexible, So, and every now and then that's why a lot of people still do journaling, because every now and then they still write to keep their muscles intact, keep strengthen those little muscles, because they hurt when you have to write long. But people who do it every day, they're good. You know. It's not just be on the computer, it's just writing a book, actual book or something, painting or doing something what you like. I mean, some people who do crocheting and crochet, what they call it, crochet, or all these things that you see people doing, lacing, string, so many things, drawing, all kind of little activities, I mean, having them playing in the sand and mud, or dirt, snow, ball, all kind of things, that's help with their locomotor skills. Because they need it to help strengthen them, and not just when they're young, but they need it when they're older too. You ever see somebody when they get older, if somebody just touch them like this, oh, you squeeze my hand, and their hand just turn red. Poor thing. Their hand turns so red so fast because their hand is like, they just, they're not powerful. Their hands still look like tender. So I have to tell these kids, because even my big son, I have to tell him, say, you have to write more, because that's how you find motor skill going. See the little one? We ain't no pull on, we ain't no do with free hand to make it. The little one. The teacher was saying to me one day, said, a little boy slap him, like he said, give me a high five. And the little boy, like, oh, teacher said, that hurt. Yeah, because you're too big on. So I say, but still. No one size fit all doing up people. But your gross motor skills of your children. And even with stuff, the little one will not come to me to pull, barely ask me to pull anything. And the big one always asks me to pull stuff. And I say, no. I taught you many ways of how to pull stuff. And then when I learned that the grips and the bag had a purpose, I start teaching that. Because at first I used to say, why is there a grip on a bag? And I don't know why. Never knew the reason why. You have a bag and it had a grip like these edges. You see the edges on these? And I'm like, why are these on the bag? And I didn't understand until when it's ready for ripping and tearing. Then you just set it and then you rip. Boom, just like that. Through the gritty part. Didn't understand for a long time, because I'm like, why? But they say, through the more you grow older or so, you get to understand that knowledge is really power. And some things you will see when you're young and you say, how comes I didn't know this? How comes I didn't? Because at the time, you weren't in that capacity to don't learn none of that. You were not focused on anything like that. You know what I mean? But then you grow old and you realize, why is all these grips on the bag? Even on chips or anything, a child will ask you to pull, and you're aware of the grips on these things. Or they have a line. You see this line right here? That's a tier. You always look if you see it, and then you can direct the child. And once you show them that they're gonna lead, they're gonna lead. Even with battle, I taught my son too. If you can't pull a bottle, even though I show him how to use it with the bread knife. You have the bread knife. You have to open the bottle. You use this and you just lick to the side. Just keep licking the side of it with it. And then you open the bottle. And you open the bottle. But you have to use the knife. And then you literally open the bottle. But I use the knife, not this. And you open the bottle. Hit it from the edge like slant. Yes, man. You open the bottle. And a boy pick me up, so you have to teach them every little thing, because boys more trade skills, like most of them are more into trade, building house, building this, building that, building roads. You see most of them are there, even though you have females that are in those arenas, but it's more male dominated. So when you have male children, you have to give them all the little ins and out, and some of them not gonna get it, and some gonna get it. It's just life, but you still have to give it to them, and through education as well, because we were young. When you were young once, and you know that, hey, you didn't understand certain things because you thought mother was just annoying. Mama was just annoying. I couldn't stand her. I couldn't stand the teacher. Da da da. Blah blah blah. And then you grow older. You start to have children, and you start to realize that, damn, I couldn't stand teacher for a second. I couldn't stand this. I hated maths. I hated this. You realize now these things, even if you're not 100% in it, but you start to realize that hey, with your children, it is important because the things you're set back from in life, you're gonna make sure your children are not set back from it. The things that you didn't know, you're gonna make sure that anybody else around you not in come up and understand. It's like when I used to I had this lady friend here, and she was going to school to say she gonna do maths, and she said, "Boy, I can't do maths to save my life." And I go through the trial and error of doing maths, and I tell her, "Let me tell you something. Maths is not hard. The hardest part of maths is the phobia in doing exam. Cause you could be in class and you say this and da 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 blah blah blah. You get it cause you're in a class, you learn, right? To explain to you and everything. But then when you actually go into an actual exam and then you see things, that's where you can get freaked out about things and then get nerves wracking and everything, and then you lose all the formulas and everything, all the tools, all the all the things that you need to learn, the cosine, the tan, the this, the pi, and then you lose all of that, and then you don't have the because if you don't have the formula, how you gonna work out something? If you forget the quadrilateral equation formula, how you gonna punch in what you need to punch in? You can't. Because you got to know the formula before you go in an exam. I mean, you got to know certain formulas before you go in an exam. And sometimes they give it to you on a piece of the side of the paper. And if you still don't know the formula, you say, oh, work it out because you don't work it out. Because when we tell ourselves that we can't do something, it's a disease. I call it a disease. When you tell yourself you cannot do something, it's a terrible thing. I'm telling you, it's a terrible thing because months back, not months back, about 2 years now, I had bought this thing here, so I'm gonna put it up in here and everything. And I tried it before and it just didn't work. I tried a few times, didn't work. And then I was talking to a lady friend of mine, and she said, "You better get those things together and get them up." And I'm like, and I literally had to take the bag to the washer and come back with it. And then that's how I figured out how to get it. Then I had to, thanks to YouTube, I had to go YouTube it as well and type in what I wanted to do to get it. You know what I mean? And then sometimes I think you have to be at ease too. Because when you have too much on your mind, you can't really function. Because sometimes things you could just get a breakthrough in people. I can't tell you this because I'm a from experience. You can't just get a breakthrough in saying you're getting an ease of what life is about, and then as soon as you get it, there's a next problem, and that can just cause if it push you back. The way you say you're going to do things or do this or do that, and it just set you back. You know what I mean? Because now, if depend on what it is, though, because some things are very stressful to the point that everybody's way of dealing with life situation is different. You know what I mean? No matter how much you can be having smile on your face and everything, everybody way of dealing with real life situation is different. Everybody way of dealing with stuff ain't gonna be the same. You know what I mean? A man can still come out and still do what they need to do and don't even care zero about what there. But then not everybody don't cut like that. We all not cut like that. You know what I mean? No matter how much we say, oh, do what you gotta do. That's why they say do what you gotta do. Because everybody ain't built the same way. You know what I mean? But you still have to do what we gotta do. You still have to stay on the surf, you still have to fight. And you can't give up. Because when you give up, then you think you're stressed out. Is when you give up you're more stressed out. When you keep fighting, yes, you might not be doing everything 100% the way you want it, but you still juggle. You hear somebody say, "How you doing? I'm here. I'm floating. I am blessed. I'm on top of the world. On top of the world." But you have to find something to strengthen you. Me, I can say, "Boy, I'm just barely getting by like this song, eh?" But it's life. Everybody way of dealing with life will be totally different. Some people life where It's like you're going through all this and you're still laughing, you're still smiling. That's their way of going through stuff. Everybody go through stuff totally different. Sometimes you have similarities, but everybody go through stuff little different. You know what I mean? Little different. Some people laugh and eat same way like it's nothing. While some people like, man, when is this gonna be over? You're stressed out. You start get pine way, you start get small, you start not eating, you lost your appetite, so many things can happen. But it's life, people, so. But I grew up with a method where my mom couldn't help us a lot in the work or whatever. But she was always making sure, are you doing your work? And then she would tell if you bring the book too. Yes, she always tell you to bring the book. Bring the book, even if she don't know what you just did. She just want to know that you did some work in there. She see that you did some work. You know what I mean? And those are proud moments. Because even if parents out there and say, hey, I don't know the work my son is doing or my child is doing, but let them show you what they're doing. That means at least the page is not blank. Because when the page is blank, they're not doing nothing. Whether they get it right or not, you know what I mean? But when the page is blank, they ain't doing nothing. If the page is blank, they ain't doing a god thing. Because no matter how much they say, Mommy, I'm learning. Yeah, but sometimes information run out of your brain if you're not using it. Because every day, every time you go to school, you clocked in a different day. Yeah, when you're clocked in a different day, you're learning something. Sometimes it's piggybacking from yesterday, what they left off, and sometimes it's a whole another day. So today you could be learning about measurement, and tomorrow you could be learning about graph, or tomorrow you could be learning about totally something different. You know what I mean? Today you learn about it's like they look one they learn about show and tell. Tomorrow they can learn something totally different. They will learn science, they will learn maths, they will learn English. So many different things. Sometimes they overlap. So and that's another thing. Every subject area that you're gonna have children doing, some of them are does overlap that make it easier. And that's another thing you have to have. Also make children understand. And that's why you see some children are able to identify some things from early because they realize that mom, some of the things are overlapping. Like sometimes some things overlap with science and social studies same way. So many things overlap sometimes with different subject areas. You know, so life is. We can't give up, people. Don't give up. But your girl ain't gonna stay any longer because tomorrow your girl has some stuff I need to do. But I gotta get up and send them off to school in the morning. We'll send the little one off and then the big one off to school. And then we have a day coming up this week where we won't they won't be able to go to school. I already notified the school because they're gonna have to be with me because I don't have anybody to keep them. So so with all the hurdles and this challenge and everything, can be able to be there with me. So yeah, and I just I hope and pray that whatsoever, whatever it is, it can be resolved or something, something, something. You know what I mean? So people can get on with their everyday life because I got my bills to take care of. You know what I mean? It's not to out here sit down like a 5 star. If there's no 5 star in nothing, you gotta create 5 star. There's no 5 star. You gotta create it. You know what I mean? I can't create it when I'm stressed. I can't. I'm not that person. I can't create nothing when I'm stressed. So I can't sit down and talk about no 5 star when I need to create 5 star. But if you're stressed out, I guarantee you will never see no 5 star. You hear me? But when you're at ease now, so something you just wanted to say, calm down, It's like this song, they say, baby, calm down, just calm it down, you know what I mean? Find a solution real quick. Then I can go create my 5 star, you know what I mean? I can put my star out there, so all of us can put a star. But you already know if you're stressed out or so, everybody can function through no stress. You tell me how you function through stress. You mean you cuss out through stress? That's what we do. Talk out aloud, go on silent things. Everybody we have unique. But anyway, people, we're not gonna stay any longer, family, because I got stuff to do, and I only have a few more days to get some things done. And and just hopefully everything can just get Z behind. Bye bye. You know what I mean? So I will keep you guys posted though, but you'll definitely see me tomorrow for Monday night. Monday night we're gonna do I'm not gonna try to come on in the morning tomorrow. I might just do Monday night football because we have too many stuff to take care of in the day. I gotta go get some things photocopied. It's just overwhelming, but at the same time, I'm fighting through it. We just want things to bye bye, bye bye. You know what I mean? So, as we said, we want to create 5 star. You can't create 5 star in a stress. There's no way you're gonna create nothing 5 star in a stress. But anyway, people, so maybe just try and look for me tomorrow night, Monday night football. I think it's gonna come on with the Lions them tomorrow. So anyway, walk good. I don't think you're gonna see me tomorrow in the day. I can't make that promise because as I say, I told you guys already, so it's not gonna be a stressful time coming up for me as well, and I need to relax at the same time because everything is too overwhelming. My brain need to size down. Can you see size down and I learned something. I learned two things. So my brain need to calm down people. So sometimes if you have to calm it down, you know what you're going through offline. You know what I mean? So you have to know how to calm things down for your peace and your sanity. So until then, people want to walk good, have a blessed night, and and a happy Monday night now. Yeah, man, happy Monday night to you. Or not Monday night, girl, go a bit. Family, walk good, have a blessed night. Big up to all the likers, the shares, the commenters, the runner raters, the subscribers, the VIP. Yeah, you bless upon yourself, the likers, everybody, the top fans, everybody. Say bless upon yourself, yeah, man, and just go and enjoy life, yeah, cause I want life, but to create in 5 star, everybody stress can't create nothing. But we have to get it all the way. Bye bye. All right, people.